We're good to go. All right. I'll be able to sync that up later. Hey, look, I know what I'm doing now.
Yeah, I know. I just saw it. It probably auto syncs, but that just looked really good.
yeah. Okay, camera guy, you good? And that camera guy, no one
The
there.
whole crew good? Any of the crew need to go to the toilet?
All right, guys. Welcome to the first official filming of the EVERYMAN CHATS podcast, presented by Wacker. Now, we're here. We've got a fresh can of Shelter Lager each. I'm going to ask the guest what he thinks also. But I want to welcome Cam Wild from Wild Touring. Now, you'll know what he's about. I'm going to get him to explain it as well. Been friends with this guy for a long time now. Grown to be really good mates, I think.
We have, man.
So, welcome, dude. And thanks for coming on. And I hope this goes okay.
Thank you for having me, mate. I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I'm excited.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
You said you weren't that nervous a couple of weeks ago.
No, because, you asked me the last time we spoke, and I said I was pretty sweet.
Yep.
And I was all good until I did a big nervous poo on the way out.
What do I do with my hands?
Yeah.
Next thing I wanted to mention, guys, for any of you who have listened to the podcast in the past, I sort of wanted to leave this more raw. So if there's a couple of swear words in this, maybe warn your kids or whatever.
Yeah, good one, mate. Because a lot of my audience are, families
Exactly.
and
So
stuff.
that's great. So
But
people can know.
I'm pretty... Yeah, they fucked off. We can start.
Yeah. Dude. But look, I didn't want to get too bloody personal today. First question would be, which one's your favourite kid?
Oh, that's easy.
No, but dude, start off. Tell us what you're about. Tell me about your channel. And I guess, man, why don't we get straight into it? And what made you want to start it? And what were the reasons behind it?
Yeah, okay, cool. So around 2016, I've always been into full driving and camping and that kind of thing, fishing, been out in the bush. I love the beach. And that started from childhood, really. Did a lot of that with my folks growing up. But then probably, remember back in the day with MySpace and even Facebook when it was starting up, I was posting a lot of stuff on my personal profiles about camping trips that I'd been on and just basically inundating people with pictures of full drives and camping and campfires and what I'm cooking and all the rest of it. And probably we've only had a small amount of friends in my circle that were into that, and the rest were from work or school or whatever. And I figured they're probably sick of seeing it. So initially I just started a separate Facebook page, just as a place to sort of collate all those sort of photos and videos and that kind of thing. And then people started following it that were outside of my friend circle. And it sort of just naturally grew into what it is today, which is a YouTube channel, Facebook and Instagram, just sort of sharing our trips. Now, as a family, obviously, with Tiff and the two kids.
I love, you mix it up though, don't you? You do swag camping with the lads. You do tinny trips now. You do fishing trips with the boys. You've just been on one.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy... Which one out of them do you enjoy the most, obviously? I know it sounds weird to ask you, but it would have to be family camping, would it? Or do you get something... I'd like to know.
I think I enjoy all of them, really.
For their own reasons.
Yeah, and I can get sick of any of them for too long, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I like to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, and I wanted to talk about that later as well with our Shark Bay trip.
Yeah.
For the length of time in the one spot.
Yeah.
I wanted to pick your brain about that stuff. But
who
were your inspirations, dude? Who...
Yeah. Okay, so from YouTube...
That was a weird smile.
Oh, no, because it's...
Yeah.
No, because I think a lot of people assume that... people know that Tiff and I really like trip in a van. Yeah. And they, like you said, we do a few different things. And I do a lot of that.
Don't they, Cam?
They do.
A bit of bloody... I don't think they should. They're pioneers. Dude.
Yeah, I agree. I've got mad respect for what they do. But I think people assume that because we do family caravanning videos, probably similar to their style. But like you said, I mix it up. I also do swag trips, tinny trips, boys trips, more sort of remote full drive touring and whatnot without towing anything. Trip in a van, when I started, they weren't doing videos like that, so it didn't come from them, but it did come from someone doing something similar. And I don't know if you ever saw I had a DVD. This was probably before YouTube was huge.
Yeah, wow.
But it was called The Big Lap, and it was Steve and Jen Bale. Did you ever see that? I've still got the DVD.
I heard a Big Lap, but I can't remember that name.
Yeah, so Steve and Jen Bale, they were a couple with two young girls, and they're from over east, or actually they might be from South Australia, actually. still east of here.
Yeah.
They both had like sort of corporate jobs. I think he worked in printing. I can't quite remember what Jen did. But they left that sort of professional world, took a gap year, so pulled the kids out of school for a year, and they bought like a soft floor camper trailer, and I think they had an old 80 series or an old GU Patrol, I can't quite remember. It might have been an 80. Anyway, for a year, they're driving around Australia with the two kids, and that took me right back to my childhood, because my folks did that with me and my older brother. They pulled us out of school for 7 or 8 months, and we drove around Australia in an old bunky Pajero. So I really identified with that. But I'd never thought of really... and I was already doing those kinds of trips, but I'd never thought of filming them and producing video content. And I loved the way that they did it. And back then it was with like a handy cam. And
yeah, I was going to ask you, what did you take from them though, as far as your filming went? More about the storytelling or...
Well... Because I think at the time, there was, like, Ronnie Dahl was around and he was doing, like, you know, I would say sort of more hardcore remote touring.
Yeah.
You know, like proper four-wheel driving.
Yeah.
And then you had, you know, All for Adventure were doing their thing, but there was no real family sort of touring content.
You're 100% right, actually, aren't you? You know, they had all the hardcore stuff, like Full Drive Action. Yeah. That was even on TV at one point, you know, Channel 7 and shit like that. But
yeah.
There was no family stuff.
There was nothing.
Oh, you know, Mr. 4x4, Pat Callanan, and that used to do the stage stuff.
Yeah.
But nothing raw like you guys do, you know what I mean? So,
and I love the idea of that, so I thought we'd have a go at it.
Interesting. Very interesting. And this will lead on to the next question. So, tell me your thoughts on the YouTube scene, especially for travelling families, going from when you started into late 2016.
Yeah.
To now. So we're talking 7 years, 6 years, 7 years.
Yeah. Oh, it's exploded. It's huge.
Oh, man. I'm so fucking glad of when I got in.
Yeah, me too. For YouTube, yeah, absolutely.
It's so much more of a grind now, I feel, because the people who have sort of started it, they've created like a benchmark.
Yeah.
And then it's hard to change it up. So you got people who are trying so fucking hard to change it up.
Yeah.
And add that shock value.
Yeah.
It is saturated.
Absolutely.
My side as well, like, you know, all the camping thing is very fucking saturated.
And fishing and all of that kind of content. Yeah. And like you said, unless you've got like real shock factor, like unless you're showing skin or which is terrible, but that's
doesn't
the
truth.
Work. No, it's probably not going to work for you and me, man.
Not with an overweight brickie, no.
But yeah, like, so that's why people are going for that real sort of clickbaity stuff, you know, like unless there's real drama, I've broken this or I'm bogged or, you know, stuck on the side of a track for 9 hours or I've made the wrong decision. Unless it's sexy like that, it's not really selling.
Sounds shit though, doesn't it? Because I'll click on that video. I'll be like, you know, it's almost like we like to watch people suffer.
I think so, definitely. The views seem to look that way, don't they?
I was going to say, I'm sure there are a lot of people out there now that are looking and thinking, oh, he's just got, if you watch Cam's video, he's just got to order the 300 series.
Yeah.
There are people, I know, you and you fucking know too, there are people out there who are like, nah, I want this to go bad for him.
Oh, I had this conversation this morning with Tiff. Yep. It doesn't matter what happens. If I have a really good run from that car, people are going to assume that I'm lying.
Yeah,
I'm covering things up.
Yep.
If it fucking falls apart, people are going to, you know, I told you so, I'm going to get all those sort of comments.
Yeah,
so you're damned 100%. If you do, you're damned if you
don't. From all the Nissans.
And others,
All right, well, I know I've got this question for a bit later, but it works out well there since we mentioned the 300 series, right? So can I ask you how you deal, because I know we all get them as content creators, that fucking word.
Yeah.
How do you deal? We've talked about this a lot, even in our personal conversations, right? But I want to hear your exact thoughts. How do you deal with shit comments?
Yeah.
And, you know, general negativity, man.
So you and I are really lucky, though, aren't we? Because we don't get much of that, really.
We've got a fucking great base. Very lucky.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but both of us don't cop much of that.
No.
How do I deal with it? Oh, you know, I've probably said to you before, but it's not true. I wish I could say, truthfully, that it didn't.
Meet me on the fucking track. I'm not. No, go on.
I wish I could say that it didn't bother me at all. It bothers me a small amount, but not much, man. To be honest with you.
Yeah, it's funny that, dude. Do you know what? I got a comment maybe 3-4 years ago, and I remember it was my morning shit. It was my morning shit before work, and it was like, this one I still think about, even though it's just fully face value. It's
what was it?
You city slicker, lose 30 fucking kilos, and then jump back on the car. It was The way he's laughing is probably no, but
It was me.
Yeah,
No, it wasn't.
no, and do you know how this is very childish the way I said it?
Yeah.
I sort of wrote back to him something like, you know, I really hope to catch up with you on the track one day.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
No, you should have
but
said
I deleted it.
You should have said it's my thyroid. I can't help it.
I'm big boned.
Oh yeah, it's like that though, isn't it? It's almost like when you got to send a snotty email to someone and you have to rewrite it 5 times, and it sort of waters down every time you write it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same with comments.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm the same as you, and I'll sort of want to bite initially.
Yeah, dude.
and then I think about it, and I just think, oh, I'm sort of lowering myself to the same level.
Yeah, and it is like that. And I think the way I also think as well, it's like now I leave them up. Any bad comments, I leave them up unless there's something very personal about, you know, my family or some shit like that, which I don't get. I have not get, but I'll leave them up. But I'll thank them for watching and engaging.
And that's the thing, hey, even negative comments are still helping that what do you call it? The algorithm.
Yeah. So thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I'm trying.
People may not know this though. If you write a negative comment, like if you're a dickhead and you write a comment that's really rude, we can, I don't know what they call it now. They've changed the term a few times on YouTube. I don't know if it's blocking or muting or silencing, whatever now. But there's a function that we can do so that we don't see your comments popping up on every video and you don't see them either. As in,
so it's win-win for everyone. He thinks he's getting to it.
He thinks that he's writing stuff on every video, and he thinks that it's hurting you, but nobody else sees it.
That's just the ultimate. It's like just letting him bang his own head against the wall.
You still get his views. It still helps the algorithm and all the rest of it. That's great. It's a great feature. Thanks, YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone wins. They feel great for letting it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like you said, I like to think that it wouldn't get to me.
Yeah.
But I've forgotten every other one. But going back to the base that we've set, any negative shit that I get now, it's not really negative. It's more constructive criticism.
Oh yeah, and I'm okay with that.
I asked for it. I asked for it. It's like, you know, tell me the truth, you know. And I always worry, you know, after doing it for quite a while now, you ever worry about that you've changed? You know, like for the bad, for the worse, you know. You ever think about that shit?
Absolutely.
Do you?
And I reckon I definitely have.
Yeah.
Not so much like the content or what I'm putting out there.
Yeah.
But maybe why I'm doing it now. That has absolutely changed.
How so? How? Why?
All right. So when I first started doing YouTube, I really enjoyed filming and I really enjoyed editing because it was creative.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, and I had no expectations. My expectations were really low, and I didn't want anything out of YouTube, which is the best way to start. That should be the reasons that people do start YouTube.
I just got... sorry to interrupt. Literally my last episode before this, which is not a solo podcast, it mentions that exactly. Anyone who starts by thinking, I'm going to get some free shit, I'm going to... You know, you get knocked back to reality real fucking quick, and it just sets you up for failure. Yeah.
So those reasons have changed for me over the years, as you know. We've talked about it before.
Yeah, of course, man.
I still really enjoy I still love camping and full driving and caravanning and fishing and boating and all of those things. I love it. And I love that what I do gives me opportunity to do more of that now, because we do earn revenue. We can make money out of doing what we love. So I'm able to do more of it. So I love YouTube for that reason.
Do you enjoy it most of the time? All the time?
I enjoy bits of it.
Yeah.
I really love full driving, camping, caravanning. I love sitting around a fire. I love cooking at camp. I love spending time with friends and family out in the bush and all those kinds of things. Absolutely. I used to really, really enjoy filming videos and making YouTube content. I still really enjoy the finished product. I like putting something out there that I'm proud of. Like that's really cool. And I think I've gotten, you know, marginally better at doing that over the years.
Definitely.
But I don't love editing anymore. I do find it quite a chore. I find it's so time consuming. I still don't think I'd be one of I know a lot of YouTubers now outsource editing and they pay people to edit for them. I'm not sure that I would ever do that.
Because I don't think anyone could emulate your style. And do you think you'd ever be happy with it completely?
No, I don't think so.
I think you'd waste more time going back and saying, can you change this at
picking
5
it
minutes
apart
or whatever. But do you reckon if someone said to you, you're going to spend this much time editing, do you think you would have still done YouTube?
No.
It's so interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially doing fucking weekly videos.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing that now. It's fucking full on.
It is. So what's changed for me, my motivation has changed. I used to be motivated to, well, I guess I had less pressure on myself because I wasn't trying to put out weekly content. I was just filming bits and pieces when I'd go.
And you expected nothing from YouTube when you started. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely. My expectations from YouTube were nothing. I didn't have expectations from it. I was just having a crack and it was fun. Yeah, I think a lot of people, you said earlier off camera, a lot of people are starting it because they want free shit.
Yeah.
And I was never about that.
Because they see people like you and us and, you know, saying that we've gotten something for free and that we've used it and stuff like that. And
that, yep. And then
it's a feeling.
But then also a lot of YouTubers are sort of faking it before they make it. And they allude to the fact that they've been given big items or given vans or given cars, and they're outright lying. They're not.
Yeah.
You know, they'll cover their cars and stickers of products.
Yeah, dude.
And it's bullshit.
That's a big thing now, and it fucks it up a lot for us as well. It makes you look terrible because, geez, you see, oh no, this might sound like a bit of a cop out, but I think people are trying to run before they walk. It's like, you know, you see someone with 200 followers, they start to get merch and stuff out.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm saying it's setting you up for failure because you're not going to get too much sales if you've got 200 followers and you're putting out patches and stickers and shirts and stuff like that. You're not going to get what you expected. You need to build that base. I think, and that's what YouTube's great about. It's like so
humbling.
Harsh. Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yeah.
And it'll flip you back to earth as quicker than you can fucking scratch your ass. But it's like, humbling is definitely the best word for it. But the fake shit, that's a lot. There's a lot that needs to be said there about that, man. As far as faking a lot, I mean, there's another one where we're going to skip forward. You know, people who don't want to go through that grind. I'll get back to that. I want to talk more about the grind and how much effort you have to put into this thing.
Yeah, I'll finish that briefly. Man. I'll just go back a little bit. So my expectations were never to get free shit. It was never to make money out of YouTube. It was just because I enjoyed going camping, filming it, and sharing it with other people. Because I want that people. I like watching. Like, I don't watch a lot of full driving content. I watch a lot of fishing content because I don't know much about fishing. Yeah, I'm learning more now, but I didn't know anything about it.
Yep.
I watch spearfishing content. I don't even really do any spearfishing. I like learning about and seeing other people's perspective on the world and what their interests are. And I wanted to be able to share that too, because there are people like I get comments from. From like American followers and stuff that are like blown away that you sleep in a swag, and they ask you what firearms you carry when you go out bush. Like, they're from a different, it's a different world.
It is.
And so I like sharing what we've got because it's unique here, especially in Western Australia.
Very unique, dude. Yeah.
So they were the reasons why I was doing it. That motivation has changed. I don't really enjoy the editing so much anymore. I find that a grind. I don't have the time.
Why is that, Cam? Exactly.
It's time.
Yeah. What if you had no time restraints as far as, not having to get one out every week?
It's still time consuming.
Yeah.
And it's not, as well, it's not just the editing. Authentically, your channel and my channel and any YouTube channel, when they get to a certain size, I think any YouTube channel, it might depend, but they sort of authentically turn into a business, don't they?
Definitely.
We are a retailer. We have online shops and we sell merchandise, and the volume's low, but the amount of money that we make is low.
Yeah.
But it still soaks up a lot of your time. Like, you have your wife puts a lot of time into it for you.
Absolutely.
My wife puts a lot of time into it for me.
And that's not mentioned as much as it should be.
Nah. So it's time. I'm time poor.
Yeah, dude.
But what's happened is my motivation, like I said, has changed a little bit. Now that it has sort of authentically sort of grown into a little bit of a business, now I'm laser focused on keeping it the same. I'm only going to do it the way that I can do it. I want to be true to myself about how I get there.
Fuck yeah.
But I want to turn it into my full-time gig, and I'm going to do it.
Dude.
But I've given myself a timeline because I probably am pushing a little bit too hard with because my family's my priority, of course. And then probably YouTube's my priority, and then my day job's my priority.
Yeah.
It's way down there.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
lifestyle's more important to me.
It's so different now, man. It's so different now.
So I'm grinding for that. So I've given myself a timeline, and if I don't get there, I'm not going to be massively disappointed, man. But in fact, it's going to be kind of a good thing because I'll step back a little bit from YouTube.
Yep.
And I'll put more time into, my day job and my family. So,
Yeah.
and there's no real pressure on me. Either way, I'm sweet.
Yep.
But at the moment, yeah, I'm doing both, and I'm laser focused on giving it a crack full time.
Oh, that fucking inspires me. It really does, because I've almost tried to. Well, I haven't put a time limit on it. I've more just, I don't know what it is. A fire's been lit in my belly, or it could be the start of burnout. I don't have a bloody clue, but I want to get better at this. I want to get better at this craft. I want to get as good as I can. And the fucking funny thing is, I love the editing cam. I love it. And the thing the boundaries I've set myself as far as uploading shit.
Yeah.
It's weekly when it's ready. So I won't ever. That. Yeah, I know. But when you talk about turning it into a business, when the videos are ready, great. It's absolutely great. But finding time to edit, and do you know the crazy thing is? Think about this when you first started. So when you first started, would have been just a simple GoPro, right?
Yeah.
One thing.
It still is.
Yeah, but let me explain this, right? It was the shitty software back in the day.
Yeah.
Shit was so much easier back then.
Yeah.
It's using the one camera, and as you progress, I reckon, to get better at the craft, there's more work involved.
More steps to get there.
Fucking lav mics, stuff around with audio. You got to make sure audio is good. You got to think about your storyline. Whereas you never thought about that. And
then you start fucking up more because it doesn't all go perfectly.
No, exactly. And I'll get to that about how shit doesn't go perfectly. But what I wanted to mention was, I've spoken to you about like a fantasy I've had in my head for a few years. That
are you really going to talk about that fantasy?
Hey, we've got the porno lighting.
We do. Wow, chicka, wow, wow.
No, like the fantasy that I had is like, I picture myself like on a bit of land or whatever, a nice shed.
Yeah.
Not for working in, but having a filming space at home.
Yeah, man.
Because I feel like I could pump out some more stuff. This podcast really has helped that way, because there's the shit that I need to say. A couple of people might want to hear it or whatever. It's a fucking good outlet. It's a great outlet.
Am I right? And I think I am, but I want to hear you say it. Turning into a business and making money and talking about going full time and things like that. Yeah, that's about money, but money is a means to the end. And what it's really about above money, because neither you or I are money orientated, and I know that about you, especially with the way you've structured your day job and whatnot, doing your bricky half days.
Yeah.
You're not
full days. Bricky full days.
But that's perfectly sums it up though, really, doesn't it? Because you're not really motivated by money. You're motivated, same as me, by lifestyle.
Oh, dude. The amount of times that I've thought to myself, like the simple man. I'm a simple man.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure my mortgage is covered.
Yeah.
And, I can have enough for a 6-pack or something, like simple things. I don't want all the best gear and stuff. I just want to live at a certain level that I have in my head.
Yeah. And enjoy life.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And that's one thing I wanted to ask you as well, Cam. Like, talking about going full time.
Yeah.
Do you think at night sometimes? Because I have times where I think about if I ever went full time. I'm a long way from it, and you're not. But do you shit yourself? Like I almost think, oh fuck, do you know what I mean? Like YouTube
absolutely.
is so hectic as far as that paying, as AdSense and shit like that.
But again, you and I are super lucky because we're in WA and there's heaps. Like if anything went wrong, you'd walk into a job.
Oh, absolutely.
That week.
And I know how to work hard.
Yeah.
For 4 hours.
And we're both young and relatively fit. There's a lot of people disagreeing. And you're probably right.
Yeah. But we sound fit.
But we are hard workers, man. And you and I could walk into a job to make mortgage. Man. Yeah, to make mortgage repayments. So the risk is, and I'm never gonna. I don't. You're the same as me as well. I don't. I'm not borrowing money to put into this.
No, and that's what people also need to understand about your videos. Okay, you got a baller setup, man. You can't deny that. It's a beautiful setup.
Yeah.
But you've fucking worked for it, man.
Yeah.
People don't see just before your latest trip, man.
Yeah.
People don't see this side. You don't mention this in your videos enough for me, but this is what I wanted to get out of you today. tell me about the week leading up to your latest trip. I just want to talk and be candid with it, dude. The fucking hours you did.
Yeah, I did a 70 or 80 hour week or something and then left at like 3 o'clock in the morning to get up there.
I know. Because we caught up with you the night before.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
Like, I've never seen you turn down a beer in my life, but it's dedication in a way. It's like, fuck, you did the 80-hour week, 70, 80-hour week. No one sees that.
But also, man, what people don't see, and this is something that does shit me a little bit.
Yeah, go
on. You're talking about like the baller setup. I mean, it depends what you consider a baller setup. It's a $40,000 D-Max. But to me, it's a baller setup.
Fuck yeah.
But that canopy and stuff on the back, like, that was through sponsorship. And people are sort of like, oh, yeah, but you've been given it and you got it for free. Fuck off.
No, the work that goes in behind...
Nothing is for free.
I've
put in just as many hours in filming and editing and promoting and marketing, because that's what we really do, man. That is what we do.
Yeah, it's a hectic amount. And if... All right, I want to go even deeper, dude. So, okay, for example, you're talking about the filming and editing of that Thunderfab stuff.
Yeah.
You told me you went in one day, filmed a whole heap of shit, didn't work out.
Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely.
So that's wasted. That's a wasted day, dude.
Yeah. And look, I probably spent... I probably spent hundreds of hours.
No, I know. And it's overlooked. It's really easily overlooked when you see a nice polished video. At the end of it, but it's a lot of work, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I don't want to make it sound like we're whinging.
Oh no, I wouldn't do it. If it was that hard and uncomfortable, we wouldn't fucking do it.
It's fun to do that stuff for a canopy, absolutely.
Yeah. I
wouldn't like to swing a shovel and a trowel, for 100 hours to get a canopy. But I'd definitely rather sitting in a nice aircon office. You know what I mean?
It was still more than 100 hours.
Exactly. Well, okay. Do you know what's crazy, dude? Can you remember just before we started this, I'm like, I've got a list of questions here for you.
Yeah.
I'm ignoring them now because I've just got so many more questions. So editing time. Let me ask you, well, it's sort of part, your scheduling and how you make it work.
Yeah.
So give me, most of the time when you ring me and it's a work day for you, right? You'll be on your way home, 7 o'clock in the Arvo. It'll be at 7:30. We'll talk on your way home. You'll hang up. You'll go home. You'll have a shower.
Yeah.
And you'll fucking get straight into editing. Right? I want people to see this side.
I'm with my kids until they go to bed. But then I'm editing until I go to sleep.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
It. I do that, but earlier in the day.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
But then you work... I mean, it's the same, though, because you work...
7 till 9.
Yeah. AM. Yeah. People are probably thinking PM.
Yeah, I know. Making it look hard.
No, but you work 5 to 6 days a week sometimes.
Yeah.
I work shift work, 12-hour shifts. Yeah, but I work, 3 on, 3 off, 2 on, 2 off, whatever. It's sort of random, my shift structure. So we both probably put in the same hours. Yeah,
and then there's positives to our work as well. You know how you have the 3 days off or whatever. Yeah, you're busy during those days, but I'll work earlier days, so I'll work probably 6-hour days, and that's honest. That's the honest truth.
Yeah, you're like...
But when I do come home, I'm spending time with the girls until Sherry has to go to pick up. Yeah. Then boom, straight in here, off I go.
Yeah,
ready to go. But so I don't want to make this a whinge fest because I fucking love it. Absolutely do. But I think a lot of people, before they comment hateful shit, don't realise the work that's coming into it, and it's fucking free.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's fucking free. It's like, and I was watching. Remember that podcast I told you to watch, man, Gypsy Tales with Justin Montesalvo?
Yeah,
it's different in Australia. How he said that in America, if the better you do, the more people are like propping you up, man.
Yeah.
Whereas in Australia, it's almost like, you fucking sellout.
Tall poppy syndrome.
Yeah, dude. It's like they hate it. I haven't gotten that because I obviously haven't gotten to too far of a level, but I haven't got much hate as far as that goes. But you just wonder who's talking shit behind your back. And do you ever think about that?
Yeah. A little bit.
9 questions at you.
No, that's cool. A little bit, but I can honestly tell you, I worry about it a little bit, but it doesn't bother me that much.
So it shouldn't.
I live in a bubble.
Fucking
I mean, this about Pete takes a piss out of me because when we go away, like
this song.
Yeah, I don't know any songs. I don't know any artists. I don't know anything about sport. I don't follow any sport. I live in a real little bubble. I'm a realist, and I reckon I'm pretty street smart and stuff.
Yeah. Fuck.
But I do live in a bubble when it comes to like politics or I don't watch any mainstream TV. I don't really watch the news. I don't read the newspaper. I watch some YouTube. I spend time with my family. I spend time with my friends. And my bubble is small. So I don't know why am I talking about a bubble?
Because listening to the noise, the hate,
Oh,
and
yeah.
also people talking shit about you.
So those outside influences don't affect me too much.
Yeah,
it doesn't worry me too much. I don't really care. I want you to like
no.
me and Sherry to like me and my wife and kids to be proud of me. But I don't care what anyone outside of that really thinks.
Yeah, good. And that's the fucking way it should be, eh?
Yeah.
It's I reckon we should go. I'll go and get you another beer. I'll check this equipment. But
Yeah.
I've got a question to ask you when I get back, if you can remember as well.
Yeah.
Keeping your circle small.
Yeah.
And also your priorities in life and how YouTube. I wanted to ask you how much YouTube takes of your life.
Yeah.
And I'll explain that a bit better when we get back. Just checking that stuff. I'll get you a beer.
Cool, man. Cool. Oh, yeah.
Shelter have also come on and been a supporter. They're going to feed the guest beers.
I like it.
That's it, mate. I love it.
Thank you, Shelter. Actually, bro, that's one thing I have always been so impressed about you. A beer sponsor and a meat sponsor.
Yeah, simple man. I've made it.
I
As far as I'm concerned,
I
I've
am
made it.
super jealous. You know that too, don't you? I'm so jealous.
It's so crazy. It's so backwards the world, dude. Considering you've got a lot more reach than me, but I'm pretty happy, dude.
It's wicked, man.
I am
I'm proud.
glowing.
I'm
glowing
proud
in front of you right now,
You're
dude.
positively glowing.
My posture just fucking...
Yeah, I know, your shoulders went poof, poof. I'm proud of you, brother. You've done well.
Thanks, bros. Okay, I wanted to ask you, I wanted to expand on this bubble thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a great thing. I think it's great that you live in a bubble because you're not listening to outside noise.
Yeah.
But also, I wanted to ask, how much of your life does YouTube take up? I know with me, I'm fucking thinking about it. I'm either thinking about my wife, catching up with you and my friends,
Yeah.
or YouTube. There's
Yep,
really fucking nothing else.
Same. Yeah, so YouTube's like any other small business. You get out of it as much as you put into it.
Yeah.
And so I've always worked for someone, and this is sort of my first time having a little small business. And Tiff's got a background in like I'm okay with the filming and the editing and stuff. Like I've got my head around that. I quite like social media.
Yep.
So that's a bit sort of easy for me. It's natural.
Interesting.
I'm pretty good on the emails and getting back to people, and I'm
Yep.
not afraid to ask people for things, like, you know, approach sponsors and stuff myself. I'll do that.
Yep.
I'm pretty blunt with people. I'll tell them exactly what I'm going to offer them and what I want from them.
Yep.
There's no sort of dancing around
Yeah.
the bush kind of thing. So I find that sort of stuff easy. Tiff's probably not quite as assertive or aggressive, however you want to see that.
Yeah.
As I am in that respect, but she's got a background in marketing, and she's really good at. She's taught me a lot about editing thumbnails, and she's built my website. And,
Oh man, my wife was saying the other day, your website's fucking beautiful.
yeah, she's done a wicked job.
Yeah.
So and working together, I've really enjoyed. So we have a lot of. You know, I come home from work, like you said, and I put the kids to bed, and then I jump onto the emails, and I respond to emails, I respond to comments, I respond to messages. I'll do a couple of hours editing. I'll edit a thumbnail. You know, I'll send off pictures
Like midnight by then.
or
It would be,
videos or
wouldn't it?
reels to sponsors that, you know, if I've got any sort of stuff like that I have to do. And then Tiff and I will have a chat. We might go to bed and have a talk for half an hour. Or whatever, and I caught your gaze just then.
I caught yours too.
Yeah.
A talk.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So after that, we have a
You'll
talk.
do the talking.
Yeah, for a minute
Or
or so.
asking.
Yeah, we'll
Having a
so
chat.
immature, right?
Yeah, I know. Kid brain comes out.
Yeah. So 30 seconds after that, no, we chat about the business as well, but it's fun. I don't know, because we've sort of stopped and started a few times. I don't know if I've said this, but having a small business is new to me. I've always worked for someone else, and I'm quite enjoying that. The more I put in, the more I get out.
Yeah, of course. It's like a bit of a reward there, you know. And
Yeah.
every now and then, when you land a good month with YouTube or something like that, it's and you get these comments. When you get great comments, overwhelmingly good comments, it's a real motivation, motivation to keep going, because you start to get to know the names and shit like that. But
so an interesting thing, and you and I are quite this is quite evident in our content. If you look at the size of our following and the amount of views that we get, it shows that like most of our viewers, or a lot of our viewers, are watching our content. Look at some of the really big channels and look at the sort of views that they're getting, and that gives you an idea of how engaged the audience is. So that's one thing that you and I do quite well. We seem to get good views from our viewers.
yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, neither do I really, but yeah.
But next thing I wanted, talking about.
Can I just say
Yeah,
quickly?
dude, go ahead. I need
People
to think of what I was doing.
People are probably hearing that and thinking like, you said you're doing this for the lifestyle or whatever. That sounds shit. You're up until midnight editing, and then you don't have time to have a meal with your wife or anything like that.
But that was more full time though, wasn't it? If you're doing it full time, Matt, I've said that to you multiple times, haven't I? Imagine doing it full time and what else we could do. I feel I am burning myself out, but it's short term, man. In the scheme of things. And the goal is to be able to spend more time with my kids, more time with Tiff, more time away in the caravan. That's why I'm doing it. Yeah, and that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it might not free up more. If you didn't have to work, think about what you could fit in.
Yeah.
And do you think you would enjoy it a lot more?
Definitely.
I would have the perfect life, I think. But there would all mind you, being a subby, I always have money on my mind, like, I need to make sure I have plenty of work ahead, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
What's the economy looking like? It's the same thing with YouTube, dude.
You're also, and so am I at the moment, we're single income families as well.
Absolutely.
So there is a level of pressure
kick
there.
in the dick that is, going from 2 to 1.
Yeah.
Jeez, I don't think no one talks about that enough, because
especially these days,
my
that's
ass,
hard.
dude. Yeah, and it was during the tough times with all the brick prices and stuff like that.
So for you and I, YouTube we are already getting those lifestyle benefits. It's allowed our wives to be home, to be able to care for our kids, which people do what they have to do.
Yeah.
With Chloe, she had to go to daycare at quite an early age. With Brody, Tiff's been able to stay home and look after Brody, and that's been a blessing. Like, we've really
just on its own, even if it's a bit harder on you doing the editing stuff.
Yeah.
As long as you're thinking to yourself, "Fuck, this might go towards something."
It's already paying off.
Exactly, dude. And do you know what? That little bit of extra income that I get on the side is I breathe a sigh of relief. For me, at the moment, it's not to go full time.
Yeah.
For me, it's so I can cut down bricklaying.
Which you've done.
Yeah, which I'm slowly getting. Well, I have, yeah.
And I hope you're okay. I just want to, because I don't know if you've told your viewers this, but I'd like to say something about what I've noticed, because these are things that I think are interesting that you do, so I know other people will as well. So you are all about lifestyle, and what you've done with your bricklaying, as people probably know. I mean, I'm not in this industry, but from what I hear, everyone's talking about $3 a brick or whatever,
Yeah.
Like, bricklayers are earning more money lately than they have in the past, right?
Absolutely.
That might be a generalisation,
yeah.
But you could have been doing the same hours, doing 8-hour days, and earning twice as much money, or 50% more money.
Absolutely.
But you've chosen not to. You've chosen to reduce your hours, and you're probably taking home a similar sort of money, but you're working less and you're home more with your family, and you can put more into this.
100%. And if I can earn the same, I've got it on. Everyone has a figure in their head of knowing what the baseline is, what they need to earn. I've got that, right? So as long as I know I'm earning that, then any spare time is with them, my fam, or with doing this.
Yeah.
And I've never loved my life so much as lately. But if you fucking skip back to 4 years ago when I was still grinding with this and the brick prices were 70 cents, that was
the hard
tough,
yards.
dude. That was fucking, and that's why I started half of this podcast, because I want to talk about that, because that's the shit that doesn't happen on camera. Like, when you're fucking like
stressing,
dude. When you're fucking. Fuck it, why am I buying a new fucking camera battery when I should,
Absolutely.
It's choices that you make, but I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking happy I'm sitting here now doing it now, because now YouTube's allowed me to have a bit of breathing room.
And you've got a supportive missus, she absolutely believes in you.
You know it.
Yeah.
Dude.
So when
yours.
we're the same. So when
from the start too, I wanted to talk to you about this. No, Sherry was. Sherry was on to it, man. She was, and as far as it was, I was just doing something off to the side, and she would look and go, "Yeah, that's great." And then there was that nice little zone where I started getting a bit of traction, and she's just always been behind me. But fucking the difference in some people's attitudes now, like even my own dad was like, "What's YouTube? Like, what's that shit?" You know what I mean? Now he sort of mentions it to me a lot, and fuck, a lot of my close family members and close friends, and a lot that you might know, laughed at me for the first 1 or 2 years, and you're embarrassed to bring it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then all of a sudden,
I still am.
fucking jump on board.
I still am.
Yeah, 100%.
If people ask what you do for work, do you just say you're a bricklayer?
Oh yeah. No, I've never called myself a YouTuber ever.
Yeah, me either. I'm so embarrassed. And that
I always say I've got a little YouTube channel on the side.
Oh, yeah, I think. Well, we do really.
Yeah, fucking is.
But
But I'm proud of it, dude.
Both of us are. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But I do think about that when you said, like, do I stress about being a full-time YouTuber? That's probably one thing that stresses me the most. You know what I mean? Like,
of telling people and feeling like you look like a cockhead.
Yeah, you're at school drop-off or something, and someone's like, so what do you guys do for work? And, I'm a YouTuber. Oh, so your wife brings home the money. You know?
Whip out the GoPro and just start filming them.
Yeah.
Day in the life.
Just vlogging this. You don't mind, do you?
You were talking before about shooting emails off to companies. Now, I wanted also to get your perspective on this as a creator, right?
Yeah.
I've got my own opinions on that stuff.
Yeah. Even we do things slightly differently, don't we?
100%. But I want to hear it from you because I look up to you a lot. I take a lot of guidance from you. I really do. But so emailing companies, I love how you're forthright with that. You know, I email them, I approach them. What is your look on that, dude?
Yeah.
Like, tell me what is your mental thoughts when it comes to that? How do you think you're going to present it to your viewers?
Yeah.
How?
Well, it's got to be
without them thinking you're a cock.
It's got to be authentic.
Yes.
And for that reason, you know, you and I would both have probably half a dozen emails a week from companies offering us like shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, most of it's junk.
Yeah, it is.
And that's why you'll never see us push that stuff. You know, you'll never see us doing an SUV door stamp. Yeah, and others. We named a few, but I don't fancy you getting more legal threats this week. That's another shit thing about YouTube. You know, the more people that you reach, the more sort of drama you have with that kind of shit.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
You just have to get thicker and thicker skin.
And it's annoying because I start to feel like the longer I'm doing it and the more that I do, the more I'm being censored, and I don't like that. I didn't go into it to be censored.
Oh, right.
I'm talking
about
about
YouTube. You're censoring yourself, thinking, "Oh, fuck," you know.
Well, because of legal
Yeah.
threats and stuff like that.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, you know about my...
Especially the realm that you're entering now with 300 series Toyota. I want to bring up the John Cadogan stuff later because I fucking...
Toyota legal team have never contacted me, just to be clear about
it. Sorry.
We're talking about another brand. But anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I went a bit off track there, sorry.
No.
So like companies with sponsored products and stuff. So how do I do that authentically? So the funny thing is, like, we probably get 6 emails a week or something with shit being offered to us, and I will accept none of that. Yeah. Because if I wanted it, I would have asked the company for it. So I have no problems. I like anyone else, I do my research and I see products that I like the look of, and then I look into it more and I find out if it's suitable for my needs, and then I might go look at it in person or chat to a mate who's got it. And if I decide I want that thing, I think about I probably think about the value of it. And if it's not too expensive, I would much rather just buy it and then never feel any sort of obligation to have to promote it.
Yes.
Right? In saying that, if I do, I still don't really feel any sort of obligation to promote something. What I've done in the past, as you know, like quite often I'll write to a company and say, hey, I really like your product. I'm going to buy it anyway because I want one. If you'd like some marketing material, you know, like some photos of me using it or videos of me using it, or you want me to mention it, you know, in videos or whatever, are you interested in doing like an affiliate sales code or something like that, so that I'll pay for the thing, and if I don't like it, I've got no obligation. If I do like it and I naturally want to talk about it, then I can earn some money back from the product. I
love that. The part I wanted to mention about that is, and I know you've spoken to me about that as well, is I've got this philosophy where I hate shoving shit down people's throats. Hate it. I'll bring it up organically, no worries at all. But my views now are, and has been the whole time, about content creators and products. You should not take a content creator's word if you don't trust them, if you don't know them, if you haven't grown with them for a bit, you know, like I would expect my viewers that I've built, and you as well, I expect that every day, because I've spoken to multiple people who are your Patreons, who are your supporters, like Graham 200. I literally spoke to him on the last trip about it because we're talking about discount codes, and I didn't know how I would ever do it because I'm not a salesman. I don't know how to do that stuff. Nor are you. You don't know how to sell things, but you just know how to mention them. And people have to make their own decision on whether they're going to trust you.
Yeah.
Based on, the knowledge that you're giving them. Have you got a great track record? Or have you got a track record where you're just taking fucking anything?
Yeah.
Like KFC. Saw one for KFC the other day. I saw one for 7-Eleven.
Cream.
Yeah, dude, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like sausage rolls, Coles Express. It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
I think I'm just jealous that we don't have a
sausage roll sponsorship.
Yeah, chicken and cheese sausage. Fucking
Yeah.
same bag hun,
Same bag hun. Yeah. No.
It's
so
a hard one.
So if it's not a product that I don't love, or that I don't trust, if it's not from a brand that I trust,
Yes.
that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Then it's going to be. It will never be authentic to talk about it. So I just can't do it.
Yeah.
It has to be something I really like to be able to naturally talk about it.
Yeah, and I think also I see what's going on too much with the noise on social media and people promoting shit that you just know fucking damn well they haven't used, man. You know it damn well. I shit myself about trying to go, hey guys, I'm using this product, but I feel that overwhelming anxiety where I need to prove that I've used this for a bit. But I don't know. It's such a tricky one. It's like a personal anxiety for me. I don't want to fucking lose that trust.
Yeah.
But
I'm the same,
way
man.
I justify is that
I only want to get where I want to be if I can do it in a way that that I think is ethical. If I can sleep well at night. If there is, I've never had to push a shitty product.
No.
You know what? I've been given products and then not liked it, and I've sent them back. I've bought products and like I've emailed the company and said I'm going to buy a product, and if I like it, we'll talk about doing something together. And I bought the product, and then they've hit me up and said, hey, should we set up that affiliate code, or why aren't you mentioning the affiliate discount code? And I've just been honest with them and said, because it's broken, or it's not that good, or it's not good value, or whatever. This
is why I'm so glad that you come on today, mate, because I've never heard you mention that on any of your videos. I know that you've done that, but I've never heard you mention that on videos, and I think people need to know. It's half that's the purpose of this podcast, dude.
Yeah.
No one would know the shit that happens behind the scenes, and I think it needs a mention.
Yeah.
Listen to that. There's products that you're knocking back 100%, and you're not trying to... come on, man. Tell me about bagging shit out. What do you think about that? And obviously, you're not going to bag shit out. That's obviously how you handle it.
Yeah. Talk, like sort of mentioned it briefly before. Unfortunately, like the sort of bigger you get, you can't really bag shit out because you put yourself in the hot water doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
And you end up getting legal letters sent to you and
might get the views
threats.
For a bit, but not worth it.
Yeah. So I won't. I'll never bag out a product. I'll never bag out a brand. I'll tell the truth about a product or a brand, or you'll just not see me use it.
Interesting. That's so interesting.
Kind of sucks, but like I said, it sort of sucks. You get censored a little bit the more you go on, don't you?
Yeah. Have you had any temptations with the shit ones?
Oh, absolutely. I understand those people that drive a car around with and park it out in front of the dealership with this car's a lemon.
Yeah.
I haven't had dramas with my cars, by the way, but
yeah,
I understand that.
Well, you're gonna, mate, when you're 300.
Yeah,
you wanker.
Yeah. I've had some rippers.
Yeah. No, I know. I had a monocle, and would you have a toenail clipper?
Oh yeah, I've been offered that.
Jesus.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Remember you said the toenail
clippers? You had a monocle, did you?
Yeah, I had a monocle,
Yeah, I've had a few. I chuckle when I get the ones that are like, hello, Wild Touring. This is Rachel from...
It's almost in a different fucking font.
Yeah, I know. This is Rachel from such and such company, and we found you because we think you'd be a fantastic person to show off our cashmere jackets. What? I get quite a lot of fashion ones.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten a few jacket ones, but I'm thinking, no, who'd want to see my head out of a suit jacket?
Do you want a cashmere jacket? I got a contact. I'll send you Rachel's details.
Burnout.
Yeah.
Have you experienced it? Have you ever wanted to pull the plug, pull the pin?
Nah, not really. I've sort of cracked it every now and then. Mm-hmm. But I'll have a week off or 2 weeks off or whatever, and then I'll get back into it. I might film something easy that's sort of low pressure. What
do you think? I've seen, literally right now as we record this, there's a few people who are sort of experiencing that.
Yeah.
I'm noticing a bit of a trend. I'm exactly like you, man. And I want to know a bit more in depth. With me, it's if I am sick of editing, I'll fucking take time off.
Yeah.
And then I find, I don't know what it is, I find literally within a couple of days, I'm motivated again.
Yeah, same.
I don't
Yeah,
know what it is.
absolutely.
Maybe you just need to sleep on everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sleep fucking changes everything.
No, you're right though. There is a few experience in burnout at the moment.
Yeah.
I think I'm sort of like, to be honest with you, I think I'm kind of in that realm of burnout at the moment. But like I said, I've set myself an end date.
As long as you're fucking real with yourself,
Yeah.
you know, if you're feeling it, take a bit of time,
Yeah.
or whatever. But
Like, I do the
also
same as
love
you.
the grind, enjoy it.
Yeah, I sort of do too. Like, you're a hard worker. I'm a hard worker. For myself, I'm a hard worker. I'm
Yeah.
a terrible employee.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah. So no, I like I said earlier, I enjoy getting out what I put in, and I've got that date set, and I'm going to go really hard until that date, and then if it hasn't panned out, I literally have a date.
Yeah.
And if it hasn't panned out by then, the way that I want to,
Yep.
I'll take a step back from it, and I'll just put in as much as I enjoy doing, and no
Yeah,
more.
of course.
So that might be a video a month, man. Who knows? I don't know.
Could you speed it up? Could you keep it this speed that you're
Until
at
that
right now?
timeline,
Or
until
no,
that date.
like indefinitely?
Nah,
You
not
couldn't?
working 2 jobs.
No.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I wouldn't want to, because I'd be missing out on too much family stuff. Because this is about lifestyle for me, and if I haven't
Yeah.
got that, what's the point?
Yeah, good call.
I don't.
That is a good call.
I don't care how many subscribers I have, or you know what I mean. That stuff. I don't really care about. It's not about. It's not even about the money. It is about the money, so that I can quit my day job.
Yeah, spot on.
That's why.
And I like how you don't care about the numbers. No one, even as a viewer, no one should care about the numbers.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time you can be deceived anyway.
Yeah.
You'd be very deceived. But sorry, I wanted to get back to that. So yeah, I'll talk about that later. But what about the plunge? How does the plunge, that day that you quit your... sorry, let me make this a 2-part question, dude. So first part is, do you have the type of job that you can do what I do and try and slow it down a bit to like 2 days a week, or are you that driven that you just want to get the fuck out? You want to do your thing?
I know I'm leaving. I'm
Yeah,
gone.
good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is too much fun.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Once you've seen the light, it's almost... Oh, fuck. Sorry, 2-part question again.
Yeah.
That there, but how do you feel about... So it was that. How do you feel about the plunge? Like, does it make you shit yourself? And also, could you ever return... After being through all of this, could you ever stop YouTubing? Could you ever just let it go? So much a part of my life now. I don't know if I could. It's just the amount of speed that I want to put it out at is always just going to be the factor for me. Go on.
Was there a 3rd-part question? That was
Yeah, it was the the first one was...
I won't tell you how to ask questions.
I can't remember. That's my first day.
No, that's cool. I'll
my
answer
first
these
time.
two and you think on it. How do I feel about taking the plunge? So excited, man. It's still a while off. We're talking like 18 months time or something. Like it's around then. It's around then. That's what's going to happen. So excited.
Excited.
Can't wait. I don't feel there's not a huge level of risk. The way that we're going to do it.
And you're a calculated guy.
Yeah, I do.
I must make that clear.
Yeah, I think things through pretty hard before I make decisions. But yeah, the way we're going to do it is she's going to go back to work fairly soon, which that's going to be like, this will be a real grind the next sort of 18 months.
Yeah.
Tiff's going to go back to work because we need that sort of stability
course.
for me to step away from work. And then that sort of next 18 months when she's back at work and I'm working and I'm doing YouTube and we're doing a family, that's going to be hectic.
Yeah.
But it's short term in the scheme of things.
Yeah, and you're prepared to do it.
Yeah,
You're
because I can
fucking
see the
prepared.
light at the end of the tunnel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
And that's why, like, if it doesn't pan out by that date, yeah, could I step away from YouTube? Absolutely.
yeah, right.
It's just about money to cover the mortgage and our lifestyle and stuff.
Yeah.
And if YouTube's not going to do that for me, that's sort of where I'm at now.
Let me extend again.
Yeah.
A fucking 10th part question now.
Yeah.
Fuck. Do you think if you went out YouTubing,
Yeah.
stopped YouTubing for an unknown reason, I don't think you could ever go back to your job again, could you?
Nah.
You're done. You're fucking done, aren't you, mate?
I've soiled that.
Yeah, you're done with being a gigolo.
Yeah. Not getting much work anymore. No,
What, do you plan on burning your bridges? Like doing the old...
No, I'm not like that, man.
Yeah, no.
I'm not really like that. I don't like letting people down. No, I won't go back to my day job. I don't want to work for anyone ever again. I'm sort of
Yeah.
done with that.
Fair enough.
This is sort of like the first time I've had a little small business, and I'm enjoying that side of it, man. I'm really enjoying the business side of it.
Yep.
I'm enjoying the time I get to spend out in the bush camping and whatnot.
Yep.
And I'm enjoying, working for myself. So I'll never work for anyone else again. If YouTube doesn't pan out, I might not go into business in this sort of industry at all. I'll do anything else, man. Like I've talked to you about a few ideas I've had about
entrepreneurial.
just something else.
That's good. I love that because that's a good driver also to make the YouTube thing work because it is it would be a great job. I feel.
Oh, it's a dream job.
Yeah, I feel like it would.
As much as we probably. This might have been an hour of what appears like whinging. It's not. It's just a few truths.
I don't think it does. It is truth. And at the end of the day, all I'm asking for most of the time is just a bit more time.
Yeah.
It's like if I didn't have my day job and the shit that goes around that, and I did this a full time, I really would back myself in. I think I could make something of it.
Yeah.
I really, really do back myself there. But that leads me to another question for you. Talking about, I've just got to remember what it was. I wanted to talk to you because this is something that I've always found quite tricky, but it's a fucking fun process. New products and running a small business, like running that... And especially a small business that you really enjoy doing. So, for example, I wanted to ask you new products, man.
Yeah.
Like, for example, your towels.
Yeah.
I want you to explain what you go through in the background of getting something like that organized. Everyone gets fucking T-shirts made. That's quite easy. You go to a fucking embroidery joint, get it done. No worries.
Yeah.
Whereas coming up with designs for fishing shirts or coming up with designs for towels and how many fucking different towels you have to go through before you find the right one.
Yeah. So like you said,
products, man, samples.
T-shirts or stickers is probably quite easy. Hats is quite hard, I've found out.
Yeah.
T-shirts and stickers are easy because it's just, like you get a T-shirt made and you're going to go see a screen printer. They're going to draw it up for you. And it's going to be slapped on an AS color T-shirt, and it's going to be $20 a shirt or whatever it is, and that's it's been done a million times before, so it's quite simple, really.
Exactly.
Stickers, much the same. There's quite a lot of good online companies now where you can just send them your logo and they'll send you a proof, give you a price, and send you out 100 stickers, 1,000 stickers, whatever you order. Yeah. Simple. You're right.
It is simple.
Fishing shirts or a sort of new product or a different product
or a new supplier.
Yeah.
Simple as that. That can take up 2 months.
Yeah.
2 months there. I've found that alone with fishing shirts.
Absolutely. Especially because what happens is most products are not made in Australia. Sadly, they're not. It is the truth. It's the harsh reality. Most are not made in Australia.
Yeah.
So you're dealing with, a lot of the time, it's China. And, that's a good thing and a bad thing because it means, because the product's probably going to be cheaper. So you can probably sell it at a fairer price.
Yeah.
You don't have to put a stupid price on it, and I'm not talking about like putting a massive margin on things. I'm just, because we're small retailers, we're buying small volume, so because we're getting it cheaper, we can sell it cheaper.
Yeah, and you're paying more though than someone buying bigger quantities. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, so there's good things about buying stuff from overseas, but the bad things, like you said, are the turnaround time. Things come by sea freight. If you get things air freighted, it's expensive, so you send it by sea.
Taxes.
It can take 3 months. You get smashed with taxes, and they're not always clear about what they're going to be until it gets held in customs.
Yeah, dude.
And then customs bloody send you a ransom.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like dealing with a cartel or some shit.
Yeah, give us your money or we burn your products.
Yeah.
That's basically how it goes.
No, but it's. I wanted you to talk about more the development and trying to think of different type of products that relate to your niche, like that. The towels, perfect.
You know what it is. You know what it is, man. As a small business owner, right? And I keep sort of going back to this, but probably because I think it's interesting. Because it's new to
pride
me.
in your eyes when you're small business owner.
Yeah. I love it,
man.
I do. I think it's cool, man.
Yeah,
but you've always done it. I think you've pretty much always done it, since you got your trade.
100%. But I've never ever been as passionate and loving in something as this.
Do you like that side of it too? I know you're
absolutely. I do. Because do you know what? I'm going to talk to Sherry about this when I get her on as well. Because I was talking to her about it the other day, and I fucking love working alongside her as like a
Same.
partner. I love that shit.
I'd love to hear Sherry's insight.
Oh man, I think she'll be great.
Because you are into videography and photography, and you're good at it. But I'd be interested to hear Sherry's side because she's not into that sort of stuff.
No,
but it'd be interesting to hear what she's got to say about the behind the scenes kind of shit.
Yeah, especially running the store. I think she's found a bit of a passion there.
Yeah. Sorry. Anyway.
Yeah, sorry, man.
No, that's fine. What were we saying about
development?
Oh yeah, sorry. As a small business, right?
Yeah.
I've spoken to Tiff. We laugh about this sometimes. You know, we'll be like pushing the pram to school, walking Chloe to primary school in the morning, and we're chatting,
having a meeting.
We're chatting about shit. And
nice meeting.
And I'll say to her, "No, we're in the boardroom."
Yeah.
You know. And then half an hour
nice.
later, I'm talking to the finances girl, and I'm in procurement as I'm busting off emails to, potential new.
You're also
clients.
having an affair with the finance girl.
I am. I'm shagging all the birds at work. Just to be clear, the YouTube job.
So there's two more subjects I wanted to talk with you about. This one here, the laptop lifestyle. This is big in your niche, right? I feel like it's bigger. Laptop lifestyle, those expensive water filters, and how you can escape your daily, mining 9 to 5.
Yeah.
What do you?
I was just a dumb tradie. Now I'm a fucking lifestyle hustler.
I'm living here, and I reckon a lot of people listening or watching this will know, will have identified that definitely in the past.
I think people are wising up to that now for sure.
Very healthy mind with the clean drinking water.
Yeah,
it's a fucking pyramid scheme.
$7,000 water machines.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you've spent so much on yours that you've got to push it fucking hard on everyone else to pay for it. Yeah,
it's not a pyramid scheme. It's a reverse funnel.
It's a funnel. It's a funnel scheme. They're legal. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, you obviously know what I think about them. I
know.
What pisses me off if you want to drop $7,000 on on a water filter,
you deserve to be duped.
Fair enough. But what pisses me off is that they fucking fudge their figures. You can make money out of that shit.
Yeah.
By ripping other people off, but then they manipulate the data and fudge the figures to make it seem like they're making more than they are, which is deceitful.
Yeah,
and that pisses me
Agree.
off. I would never do that anyway, and I don't think anyone ever should. But buy into these scams.
Yeah,
that's what I think they are.
Yeah, 100%.
But what really pisses me off is that they rip people off.
Yeah, and they're vague about it in their posts.
Yeah,
so you want to
DM
live like
me
this?
for more information.
It's fucking terrible.
And they also fucking they use lies to sell their shit.
Yeah,
like they say, such and such has been doing it. I've heard one of these
meeting. I'm having a team meeting.
One of these mobs that we're talking about, these scams, saying that that's how Trip in a Van started and shit like that.
Yeah, that's
absolute bullshit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, pretty fucking backstabby, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't like it.
A lot of lies can be spread about you. You ever worried about people spreading lies about you?
I don't really care.
Nah, let them talk, mate.
Yeah.
any publicity is good publicity, right?
Yeah, probably. I got a buddy. I got 2 comments on that 300 series video. One saying, "Oh, here we go." Another one sponsored by Toyota, and I just thought that's so funny, man.
Could you imagine
if you think that I looked them up the other day. Is it a 30? I think they're a $35 trillion company.
Trillion?
Yeah, it might
Holy
be.
shit!
It could be billion.
I'm going to say billion.
You reckon?
Well, trillions.
I've got to know right now.
Well, trillion is a billion times a billion, isn't it?
How much is Toyota worth?
Nah, trillions. Trillions is way.
Oh,
it's going to be billion.
We're way off.
Is it in the millions?
Scratch that.
Is it million?
No. But sorry, this is where I've gotten confused. All right, Toyota is worth $230 billion.
Shit, that's a lot.
$230 billion. They employ 350,000 people nationally. That's where I got the 35 from.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if you think
nearly as much as the old laptop lifestyle.
Yeah, nearly. That's potential capital you could be earning. If people seriously think that a company that big is watching Cam Wild on a Saturday morning, they're fucking delusional. Cam Wild from Perth.
Cam Wild Terry.
Yeah.
That's what your name's saved under on my phone. Cam
Oh, is it
Wild,
real?
Wild Touring.
Yeah.
2 wilds in a row.
Have you told these people what I've saved Sherry's name under in my phone?
What is it again?
Side piece.
So- yeah, I like that one. That's interesting. Yeah, we got a group chat, haven't we?
Yeah, we do.
I won't say that one. I won't say the name of that one. We got some banter in there.
We do.
But wrapping it up a little bit, dude. Tell me the goals. Tell me your goals, like for everything. You know, for the 300, for your van, for your life, for the channel. What are your goals, man?
Oh yeah, cool. All right. Well, I just want to get the 300.
Yeah.
And hope it doesn't burn too much oil because everyone's telling me it's going to.
I want to talk about that too.
Yeah, we can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to get the 300, get it kitted out. I don't want to spend too long doing it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a crazy build. None of my builds have been crazy.
Yeah.
But it will be much more simpler than the D-Max was.
Interesting.
And I want to get the van hitched on and I want to travel for a year with Tiff and the kids, which is locked in. We're locked in. Like 18 months, we're off.
Oh, magic.
And I want to film all of that.
Yeah. Yeah, lovely.
And then that was my timeline, really. Like
Yep.
I finish up with work just before that.
Yep.
18 months, I'm done. And then a year's traveling and then reassess after that.
Yeah,
Just,
beautiful.
Just sort of do what we want to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you have a number in mind?
What for?
Subs.
I do, but not because I don't really care what the number is, but working off like, you know, what sort of money I'm earning now.
Yeah, you think that subs translate. I
think
that
so.
a bit as well.
Yeah, so I think 80 to 100,000 subs.
Yep.
I would like to hit 100,000 so I could get my plaque on the wall.
Yeah,
you know, and I'd be
diamond.
done.
Yeah,
I reckon that's sick.
yeah.
Sapphire, is it?
Is it?
It's the red one.
Done your research, have you, mate?
Yeah. I'm buying a fake one from Amazon right now, just in case I never make
Into
it.
the factory where they make them.
Yeah,
Chocolate
the numbers
taste.
don't mean too much to me, but 100,000 to get a plaque would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
I think money wise, if I can get around 80,000 subs, I think we could comfortably. I could sustain this lifestyle where we're able to get out a lot and still have a family life.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't it insane about the numbers there? Where you look at people like Field Days,
Yeah.
fucking like they're talking in millions.
Yeah.
It's like, it's,
So going back to
can't
that
grasp
Gypsy
that.
Tales when he was, that's a brilliant podcast.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not really
Yeah.
into.
they
Sorry,
don't have camera problems.
no, I'm not. I've not really been into podcasts.
Yet.
But you got me onto Gypsy Tales,
Yeah.
and he did Sean Whale and he did Justin Montisalvo, and they're
sick.
both brilliant.
Yeah.
But Sean Whale said something where I think the presenter said, "What's his name?" The guy that actually runs a podcast.
Geez, do you know what? I actually don't even know his name.
Let's call him
He never
Gypsy.
says- He is.
Is he? Is that what he calls himself?
Yeah,
All right,
Gypsy.
cool. So Gypsy asks Sean Whale. He says like,
Gypsy.
yeah, I just went to tears. No, he says he asked him a question, and it was about like, you know, are you making mad money doing full drive TV or full drive 24/7?
Oh, that's fucking full on, that, isn't it? What his answer to that?
Yeah, and he said like everyone thinks it's the dream what you're doing. You know, how do you feel about that? That was basically the question, wasn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
And Sean's come back and said something along the lines of, we essentially every week or every fortnight, whatever their schedule is, we're essentially making like a Hollywood production.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got 10 cameras working 10 angles.
Yep.
We've got an editing team. We've
3
got a social
guys
media
editing
team.
for a month.
We have a full-time drone pilot.
Yeah.
We have mechanics. You know, there's so much that goes into that production, and that like it's different to what
And
you
you
and
can
I
see
do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, ours is very mine more so than yours. Very amateurish, run and gun type stuff. What they do is like a cinema production. Everyone,
Yeah. But then you look, it would hurt. That would hurt seeing someone like Brody Moss or something.
And that's what Sean said. He said like, so yeah, we might have, you know, whatever they've got, 1 million subs or I don't know what it is now.
Yeah, not sure.
It's heaps.
Yeah.
And he goes, that might be whatever, $1 million a year.
Yeah.
But we've got 15 people on the payroll or whatever. So you
Yeah.
know, we're making. He didn't say this stuff, but I'm sort of speculating here
Yeah.
that they might be on 75, 100 grand each or whatever. The other guys, Sean's probably on more because he owns the
Yeah, of course.
the production. I'm sure he's doing well out of it. But the point was that he said blokes like, you know, like Brody Moss or Field Days, where it's one fella and they've got
can't
1 million
imagine.
plus subs. That is mega bank.
Yeah.
Those fellas are killing it. The stress is lower because you haven't got a team underneath you.
Yep.
They're running around with GoPros, so
Yep.
there's less to go wrong and stuff, and less expensive to replace broken gear and all the rest of it.
Yep.
And you know, there's no team of editing people and all the rest of it. Yeah.
Do you think that shows the difference, though, between maybe what the viewer wants? They want more of a raw insight, like a more... Do you like knowing that your content creator does all the shit himself, or you do not give a shit?
I don't really care.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I think people want the unicorn. That's what I've come to realise. They want the impossible. They want someone who is not owned by sponsors.
Yeah.
You know, that is not biased at all.
Yeah,
and
that's interesting.
And they want someone that is honest and authentic and relatable and credible and replies back to them when they send them a message and all the rest of it. But then they also want someone that's putting out amazing content in the Kimberley and Arnhem Land and Cape York and amazing places, Simpson Desert, every single week. And it's not possible.
No, I don't think it is. That's why I push my Patreon.
You can't have the time and the money to be able to do these amazing trips and make amazing content without having sponsors, help. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, well, and that's... Well, it's not sad. That's the reality. And it circles back around. Do you trust them?
Yeah.
Do you trust them?
Yeah.
You know, if they get a sponsor come on board, you should know whether they're staying the same or not. You know, if they start to change, then fucking fair enough. But, you know, at least give them a chance. You know what I mean? If you trust them and you know they would never fuck their morals up, then I think go for it. You know... All the sponsors in the world, no worries. But as long as you stay true to yourself, you fucking fine.
And listen, there is a few unicorns out there. Like people like Field Days, you know, Matt Field, or Brody Moss. Those guys, it's amazing what they've done because they built massive followings without ever having to really push sponsorship or branding or anything like that. They've been very authentic, and that's awesome.
Unicorns, and they're rare.
But there's two in Australia.
Yeah,
out of
exactly, dude.
20 million people or whatever the.
Well, it just shows you it's fucking hard. It would. I think Brody Moss took on an editor or a couple of times.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
and that fella's doing his own thing now as well.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, I've seen him in a few other things. Yeah,
amazing. But it is amazing that though, where obviously he's done the editing and thought, oh yeah, this isn't that hard. I can do what Brody does. But it's that charisma. Yeah, it's you either have it or you don't. You know,
and a lot of it is luck. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong; those guys are. They've got it. They've got that X factor. Yeah, and they're good at their craft, what they do. But a lot of it's luck as well. Yeah, 100%. I mean, I know the difference between... I know the gap between myself and them. I know the difference. Absolutely.
There's experience there, you know what I mean? It's like...
They're good.
Yeah, fucking oath. And that's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I've always thought to myself,
but you know what?
Fuck.
Pete, do you want 2-3 million subs? Honestly,
you know what? No. I've always shat myself because I see other guys in our niche getting massive views.
Yeah,
and the shit they cop as well. I shit myself. I think I don't want to grow that quick. I don't mind the slow burn.
Yeah. You've seen like Brody Moss and Exmouth, eh?
Yeah,
I've seen him there as well. And he can't drive down the street without people jumping in front of his car.
Oh, fuck, dude.
I would hate that.
No, that's the worst nightmare.
That's the thing about our niche. Like, we are probably most campers and full drivers and stuff are introverted. We like to go out in the bush and spend time around a campfire. Yeah. We don't go to like parties and busy places or clubs or stuff like that. So yeah,
it is the thought of booming that big.
It would scare the shit out of me.
It is fucking frightening.
I'd hate to go to the shops and be like stopped by people all the time. Like, it's nice. Like, we get it every now and then.
Yeah, same.
And it's super humbling.
It is. It's lovely. It's a nice little. Yeah, how are you? Yeah, beautiful. No worries.
Little reminder that
drones over me house a different fucking story.
Absolutely.
It's like, no, I think I'd give it up then.
Yeah, same.
Fucking give it up, man.
Yeah.
But it's funny how eagle-eyed people are though on YouTube, eh?
Yeah.
People are like, yeah, I know exactly where you at, and they let out in the comments that Brody's in Exmouth. Fuck. He kept it quite a good secret for a long time, didn't he?
Yeah.
Interesting. Fucking interesting and frightening. It's like, why are we doing it if we know that possibly the next video could blow into something like that, like Michael from Seek Adventure?
Yeah.
His fucking 12-volt video with the solar panels. That fucking blew up, man.
I'd be so interested to chat to him about that kind of stuff.
I might try and get him on here. I'd love to if he's interested, but...
Haven't seen anything from him for years, eh?
Nah, he tried a comeback, didn't he? And he killed it. Yeah, he did it with one video, but it obviously still like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
And I remember the night he quit, like, I didn't get much sleep. I was camping and I was like, fuck, man, I'm questioning myself.
Yeah.
Am I doing this for the right reasons? And
yeah. Oh, you brought that up earlier as well. Good mate of ours from the YouTube world, Mr. Buckaroonie, he's pulled the pin.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, man. I really don't know.
Do you know what? I need to send him an email.
Yeah.
Because I reckon I've had 3 or 4 people already just in the last 2 days send me emails and messages and stuff over social media saying what's happened to Buck. You know, I can't find his channel.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know, there are people out there that are missing him already, you know.
Oh, he built one of the most expansive communities I've ever seen from any YouTuber. People who fucking love him, man.
Yeah.
And I reckon that's what I strive for. I just want that. I want a nice community of nice, tight-knit followers.
I reckon you've got a very similar sort of following to him. You're on the other side of the country. They're different people.
We both have. I think we've got great fucking people, man.
Yeah.
Very lucky. Not people who just want to see us fail. I found that, you know, well, fuck, you've got a big gang of fucking Nissan lovers on your fucking ass.
Do you know what? As soon as you start talking about brand Nissan preference and stuff, oh my God. Do you know what's so funny? Yeah, I know.
You didn't. And you fucking did it in a spreadsheet.
I've had like 3 Patrols and 3 Land Cruisers. Like, I don't have any brand bias. I think I'm wearing a Land Cruiser shirt right now. But yeah, it's funny, like all the years having an Isuzu D-Max, no one has ever called me an Isuzu fanboy. I just mentioned a video that I'm ordering a Toyota, and all of a sudden, I'm a Toyota fanboy. It's crazy.
Even though you did list all the cars that you've had.
Yeah. I missed a few too. There was only some of them.
Yeah, I know. You were telling me about Ford Falcon sedans and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that was just 4 drives.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. But it's buzz. It's buzz, man. It's entertaining. It's entertaining to see, you know. And I think you've got a big journey ahead of you, I think, with that whole build and stuff like that. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. I am. Are you nervous about doing it?
Nah, I don't really care, man.
No. If you stood up to those last 2 videos where you've gotten a whole array of different comments, you're fucking sweet. Yeah, sweet. What are your thoughts on?
I'm not too bothered. I think I said it before, though. I think what will come out of that with the 300 series is, like I said before, if I have problems, I'm going to get a lot of "I told you so." If I don't have problems, people will think I'm covering shit up. So
yeah.
So I do feel a little bit like I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. But I picked that car for me. I didn't pick that car for, you know, a YouTube follower or something.
And fuck, there's a lot of that going on, dude. Yeah. There is a lot of. I see a build series builds are so popular.
Yeah,
and I understand it. I like looking at builds.
You know how many comments and emails and stuff I got when I was choosing a car, saying don't buy a Y62, don't buy a 300 series, get a Ford Ranger, or do this, or get an Ineos, or whatever it was, to be different. I'm sick of seeing builds on Land Cruisers.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, I can't...
Okay, I'll buy a different type of car for you.
That is a crazy thing to tell someone.
It is, hey?
You think I'm going to drop 70 grand on something I don't want for content?
Yeah.
No way.
No. Okay, last question, dude. What have you got coming up? So... tell us about. So you've just been on a sick trip. That's coming out shortly.
When does that'll be out? When does this go live?
Well, this will be probably 3-4 weeks time. So
so
probably a month and a half away actually. So
I'm probably halfway through my Shark Bay series. This most latest one.
Beautiful.
So Shark Bay and Useless Loop, it was amazing. Useless Loop is like I've told you about it before. Yeah. It's a small like mining community. It's a closed town. So we got invited up there, and we just jumped on that opportunity. I tried to get you up there, you couldn't get away, which is a shame.
Yeah, it's hard.
You missed out on a banger, and I want you back up there.
Like
and Luke, our host up there.
I want to get you in the laptop lifestyle, mate.
Yeah, exactly. DM me for info. No, I want you up there. It was such a good trip.
Yeah, loved it. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, so they'll be coming out, and then I think sort of the way it's scheduled at the moment, they're gonna. I mean, I haven't edited any of these, Pete.
Yeah,
but I know in my head, and I look at my diary, and I know roughly when I'm going to do things.
Yeah, exactly. So that's we could talk all day about that shit.
Absolutely,
scheduling and that. But I'll get you on again. But yeah, keep going.
So that'll wrap up that Sharp Bay series. That'll probably run for like 6 weeks or something like that.
Yeah,
and then it will probably roll straight into a family trip that we're doing in the caravan.
Yeah,
so we're spending just over a month doing a trip through the Great Central into the Territory.
Yep.
Around the Big Rock into South Australia.
Beautiful.
A few outback tracks through there, maybe the Oodnadatta, maybe into the Flinders Ranges. We're going to see how we go for time. And then back along the Eyre Peninsula.
That'll be the last trip in the D-Max?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, well, you better enjoy it, eh?
Yeah, I'm sure we will. Okay. And then after that, we're going to Christmas Island, which I'm really looking forward to.
Oh, mint.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what type of... What are you... I'm not saying you're going to deliver it, but what are you expecting? What type of footage?
Geez, I don't know what I'll be able to deliver out of that, because it's not my normal kind of... It's almost going to be like a bit of a travel vlog kind of thing, which is not really my style. But I'm just going to give it a crack.
Yeah, beautiful.
I'd like to showcase that place. I don't think I'll do a great job of it, but I'd like to show people it, because it is it's part of Western Australia, but it's close. I think it's closer in proximity to Indonesia. It's got a real Malaysian influence there. Like a lot of people are eating Malaysian food, Singaporean food. It's just an interesting place. There's different creatures that we don't get, different birds. Essentially it's a volcanic island in the middle of fucking nowhere. So it's a fish aggregating device. So there's amazing like fringing coral reef, and then it just drops off, like hundreds of meters. So yeah, it'll be cool. I want to do some diving.
Yeah, I was wondering that. Yeah,
I'll do some diving. I don't know how I'm going to go with. I'd like to do some fishing. I'm going to put some stuff out on social media and see if anyone's over there, and it can either take me out or give me some pointers. Because I don't want to offend, any sort of like locals with fishing and stuff over there. I don't know what the go is yet.
I know, and that's things you got to worry about if you're putting videos out.
Yeah, I want to be respectful for the area and stuff, because I imagine they rely a lot on fish stocks for food. I don't really know.
Definitely, I think they would. Yeah. So, dude, it's literally been bloody 2 hours. I wanted to leave this open ended because I want to get you on again when I've got a better setup, but. Man, thanks for giving me I appreciate you going a bit deeper and giving me a behind the scenes look. And I think a lot of people will understand you a bit better now as far as, your reasoning for shit. You know what I mean? That
guy's a dick.
It's confirmed he's a Toyota cock.
Yeah.
How have you enjoyed it? I want your feedback on here.
It's been good. I was nervous about doing this.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. I don't know. You feel sort of like, I don't know, laid out bare a little bit, don't you?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And that's what I sort of want as well. But being at the end of it, thoughts like, would you do another one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Got it. We got the contract.
Sign where, Sharon? No, it's been good, mate. I'll definitely come back.
Fucking magic.
Yeah. Mate. If people want me back.
No, I guarantee it, man. You had a lot of guesses on there, but I put out a post saying, who do you think it is? I think it was I said, I'm interviewing a mug.
Yeah.
And they literally went straight to you. It's fucking weird.
Wow, that is so strange.
No, but let me say to you, man, I'm legit. I've told you this a fair bit. I'm fucking stoked that there's someone I can talk to about this shit.
Yeah, we've been
fucking
really
proud of what you've done. Like, we started at the same time. You're killing it. You really fucking are. Don't stop, man. Don't change. And I fucking appreciate you giving me your time. I really do. I don't know how else to put it. I'm fucking proud of you. And thanks for all the guidance, man. I fucking appreciate it.
Pleasure, mate. It's been good. It's been fun.
Is there anything you want to say before you leave?
Yeah, shit, fuck, piss. I've enjoyed being able to swear.
No, yeah. I know. And so I think if people want to see a different side, like a bit more of a raw side, that's all I want this to be.
Yeah. Love it. Good shit.
Thanks, brother. Guys, thank you so much for watching and listening. If you're listening online, this is going to be a fun one to edit.
Good luck.
I can only get better, I hope. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you. I've got 5 more guests lined up in the calendar, so I'll see you on them ones. Thank you so much, guys. Cam, thank you, brother.
Cheers, mate. Good shit.
Done, my man.
Nice.